my name is Emma Groh, and I'm Noah Kassab's link. And my overall experience as a link with my student, you create such special bonds with your student. And so, for example, with Noah, at the beginning of the trimester, we had kind of a rough start where he was a little more shy, didn't really want to talk to me as much, and now we're pretty close, actually. He likes to share information with me, and in return I will obviously share information with him as friends do. And I love helping Noah with all of his problems and him treating me as if I'm just one of his friends that he talks to normally, which is amazing. I wouldn't ask for anything else. So some of the frustrations or struggles that I have with Noah just being a link is that it is kind of hard, to understand at first what this person is able to do and what they're where you need to step in, because I know sometimes, in the past, being linked with my last student, Chuck, he was very capable of writing his own papers and stuff, and he would very smoothly try to get me to write his papers for him. But so it is, I guess, starting at the beginning of the trimester, knowing where they're at, that is kind of frustrating or difficult. It's also very frustrating to see your student get down on themselves, because you learn to you're amazed by how amazing this person is, and then to just see them get down, even when you think that they're climbing up, they're doing so amazing from where they were at the beginning, and their self-esteem just goes down. And thankfully that's something that Noah, I believe, has moved past. He did have a couple struggles because I'm in robotics with him, so since he can't exactly use, I believe it's his right hand, and he can use his right leg a little bit, he can't screw bolts and screws on very well. I mean, some of them he can, some of them he needs a little extra help. And so he used to just walk out in the hallway and say, "I need a minute," and get very frustrated with himself, which I told him he needs to take a minute by himself, and that he needs to overcome that, because he went through this terrible thing. These two terrible things happened to him, and he's still out here striving every day, doing amazing things that most kids would have given up on. And I think that I told him I believe that it's a mental game, that this obviously has happened to him, and it's all about if he can mentally handle it now and mentally do what he needs to do to succeed at other things, which I think, whether it was my little pep talk or not, but he's doing absolutely amazing now. And since then, that was a month or two ago, he hasn't had any other little breakdowns like that, so I think that was pretty good. This is kind of long. Okay, so that's another thing that was going well. That's something that I was extremely proud of Noah for, was that he's doing he's doing a lot better mentally. And I think that he's realizing that as well, so that's good. Okay, so two things that I've learned from being a link is, I've actually learned quite a bit from being a link, but I think the two most important ones are definitely how to be patient, because you don't really know what the other person's going through, and you don't see the world how they see it, and I think that takes a second to understand. But at the end of the day, I think that I definitely take a step back and I look at, okay, well, I might do this way, but their mindset is to do it another way, and that's perfectly okay, but I need to be patient with that way. So I think that is something that I caught on to pretty quickly, and I think that was definitely really better. Okay, so I think the most important thing that I've learned from being a link is definitely how to be a friend. I think that being with somebody for about 70 minutes a day, 5 days a week, I guess when all your attention is focused on them, for the first couple of days, you're okay, well, my attention needs to be focused on them. And then for the rest, I feel for the rest of the trimester, all you want to do is focus on them. I feel you create this amazing bond, and Noah will tell me how he's feeling on a daily basis, how his day's going, and I'll reflect on that, or if he's not doing good or his head hurts or something, I'll try to help him get through that. But yeah, I think that being a friend, being someone that Noah just needs, like when Noah's just upset and just needs to talk, I love being that person that he's able to talk to. And I think that being a friend to people that are a little faster at life and stuff, I feel like that's actually a little harder, to be honest. I feel like Noah is very, very open, and he's not very judgmental at all, and that's something that also amazes me, because I know a lot of kids our age are very, very judgmental, and Noah has never been judgmental that I've seen to or towards anybody, which is absolutely amazing. So how this will be transferred to my out of high school career? Well, so when I'm older, I want to become a police officer and ultimately become a detective. And I feel like this would absolutely be useful. I feel like as a police officer, you need to learn how to work with all different types of people. And I feel like working and seeing these people every day, I am more confident talking and speaking to these people, and I have learned how to react to some of the things that they say, and I've learned that some of these kids don't mean what they say, kind of like when I was Chuck's Link, for example. And I think that if I wouldn't have been a Link, I wouldn't have understood that the way that I do, and so I'm very, very thankful that I had this opportunity to become a Link. What would I share to a potential Link is that your students really rely on you, and not they absolutely need me, especially Noah, because Noah's very independent, but I feel like you should always provide a helping hand when you can, because they need somebody to talk to. They need somebody to give them that extra step or that extra push to finish their work, and I feel like that's a big part of being a Link, is you really need to be there for that person. So yes, so I have really enjoyed being Noah Kasab's Link in robotics for Shoemaker, and it's been an amazing experience, as being Link has always been. So yeah.